Okay, ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Heal the world.
Welcome to the Positively Michael podcast. This is your host, Glittery Socks. I am in the midst of what can only be described as pandemonium, also known as the Pos Mike Vegas Meetup 2013. There are 18 of us here in Las Vegas right now, and this is an ad hoc podcast. Everyone is feeling very full of LOVE and spirited, and some people are dressed up as Michael. Some people are wearing fedoras.
People are rocking it.
Some people are in their jammies.
Some people are slutting it up.
Some people are giving autographs. We have all seen MJ1 several times.
Oh my God.
We have gambled. We have seen Siegfried and Roy. We may or may not have gone past undesirable locations in Las Vegas. Some of us went to the Grand Canyon. We've done a bunch of things. So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to do a roll call. And we are going to let everyone here say who they are and maybe describe their Vegas experience in one word.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, just say the name. We got to work with what we got here.
Yeah, just the name.
So we're going to start with names in just a minute. Looking for a fun-filled online community where it's all Michael all the time? Then come join our family at PositivelyMichael.com. We keep our forum fresh, intelligent, and open-minded to learn about who Michael truly was and what he contributed to the world. Join in the thousands of discussion topics on our forum, ranging from Michael's music to his personal life. Scan the collection of rare pictures and interviews. Discuss a book or two on Michael's life and legacy, or just shoot the breeze with other members. Whether you appreciate general pop culture or just a die-hard Michael Jackson fan, everyone has a place at PositivelyMichael.com. Make sure to stop by today to see what you've been missing. Okay, so we're going to start now. Everybody's going to do the names. Everybody get ready? All right. So, who's here?
Ivy Jivey. Maybe.
What?
Purple Rain Princess, this is not my real voice. I lost my real voice. And I'm dressed in pajamas and a blazer. I am Julie. I'm like totally normal here.
Lark.
Big Fly. Red Corvette.
Baby F Smile.
Renee.
Heather or Heather.
Eliza MJJ.
Lovely. And the wonderful, fabulous, delicious, the girl who got to get a kiss on the cheek from Jack A. MJPYT777. Holla.
And who else is here on the meetup that is not in the room right now? Tinkerbell, Nessie, Marissa, Lizard, MJ's baby. Who else?
Marissa.
Ellis Arena.
Carino is what we call her. We don't know how to pronounce her screen name.
Her screen name is complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's complicated.
No, it's an L. It's an L.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. So let's bring it back together. So I think the most important thing we're going to talk about right now is the MJ1 show, because that really is the reason that we all came here together. So, but we're going to, maybe a couple of different people can speak up and just say sort of like their impressions about the show, what it meant to them, and maybe their favorite parts. So Julie, why don't you share what you thought about the show and what your favorite part was?
I love Human Nature because of the song anyway, and like all the special effects. And which one's my favorite? Billie Jean was amazing. But I don't want to give too many spoilers because like the special things that happen. I don't want to say.
There's so special things.
Special.
So basically what you're saying is that fans need to come and do a Vegas experience for
Even if
themselves.
you're not a fan, this whole story is so positive. I have an announcement to say in this podcast.
Okay.
If you saw MJ Immortal and you're like, okay, I've seen Michael Jackson in Cirque du Soleil. You haven't. You've seen one show. This is a completely different show, and it's completely different. And it's must-see TV for all Michael Jackson fans.
It's really not TV, but that's fine.
It is. It's honestly, I would say that it's much better than Immortal. I like Immortal a lot. I love it. It's different. But one is like mind blowing.
Can I have the invisible?
Okay. We're gonna let JVF smile. She's making a comment.
She's sober.
I have seen Immortal, and I've seen this one obviously twice. And I would say that I like them both very much. Immortal is more of a concert. This is more of a story and has much more. I think this one has more meaning, and it's up close and personal. You feel very much more involved. It just was absolutely the best. Amen. Now,
Does anyone? That's great. Does anybody else want to share their initial thoughts?
The guy who does the dancing, the mime, the guy in the black sparkly shirt, whoever you are, you're the best dancer in the world.
he's a
Much better
pretzel.
than a Immortal guy.
I know the best dancer at the top. I was way better than someone from down under.
Wow. Aim high, Julie. Aim high.
So, in addition to the MJ1 show, which we can revisit, we are right now in Mandalay Bay. And we are in a hotel room in Mandalay Bay, which is far nicer than the room in another hotel we will not name that we're staying in. But let's just talk about all of the MJ stuff that's over here. Can somebody explain the MJ1 store, first of all? Who can explain this?
I cried when I walked into it.
Okay, why don't you talk about it?
I cried. I only cry very rarely ever, honest to God. Honest to God. I walked in and I started bawling. I want to live here now.
What about it made you cry? What do you think?
It's just everything, Michael, and it feels like everyone loves him there.
This is a woman dressed as Michael, clutching a pillow with Michael's face on it, a stuffed animal Michael, and a bottle with Michael's face on it.
Invincible.
She knows her Michael merchandise.
She
likes
does.
what she sees at MJ1.
Go ahead.
MJ1 shop at like 10 a.m. when it was opening, and people were like trying to bust through the doors to like get in at 10 a.m. They were like, "Oh my God, let me in!" Oh yeah, it's always full.
Yeah.
There's also really great Michael memorabilia.
If you have $10,000.
Well, not even just to buy, but in the windows it's displayed.
And the giant pictures down the hall.
Oh.
They do have incredible stuff.
But there's also like affordable stuff too, like shirts for $20, like keychains,
I got
invincible water bottles.
Does anybody want to talk about the way that the Michael Jackson 1 theater looks?
Beautiful.
Heather, why don't you share a little bit about the beauty of that theater?
I actually really enjoyed the audio part of it. You know, they had the nice bass speaker in front, and listen to the speakers in the seat. Fantastic, but it's very special, and there was a lot of work that was put into it, and it's highly appreciated in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have a comment about the theater? Renee, I know you pointed out the walls of the theater tonight. Mm-hmm. She's nodding. I don't think she wants to talk.
I saw the songs on the one wall.
Yes. Yeah.
The ushers are dressed as Michael too. Like there's so many little details that you wouldn't even think of a production company like taking on that they did. And it's clear to me that whoever was in charge of designing the show, picking the merchandise, like picking the set design, understood not only like Billie Jean and Thriller, but also like the nuances of Michael's character, which like fans, like hardcore fans, really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like my whole experience here has just made me feel like two things. Like, I feel like, number one, this is what Michael deserves. Like, this is, like, the tribute he deserves. Like, the show is, like, top-notch quality, competes with, like, the Beatles Love show, like, best Cirque show ever. The merchandise shop, I've never seen a merchandise shop like this before. So, yeah, it's, like, the tribute he deserves, but then definitely also feeling, like, a little bit sad, just, like, I wish this happened while he was alive.
Exactly.
Which,
You needed to see that.
it's, like, hard to, you try not to dwell on stuff like that, but it's just
He deserves it.
But you know what? I think he had the foresight. Like, he had so much genius about the arc of his career, and he forfeited so much in his personal life for his career, that I think he understood that this would happen in some way.
Oh, yeah.
I think he knew that, like, yeah, they're like, of course they think I'm weird. They laughed at Elvis when he got fat, but look at how he's appreciated now. So I think this is part of the plan. So I don't feel bad about it, really.
yeah. And I mean, I think, like, I know for me it was a great thing. When I got here, my cab driver picked me up from the airport and asked me why I was here, and I said to see the MJ1 show, and he was just basically like, Vegas loves Michael, like they protect Michael, and then he started going off about some of the stuff that was in the news and was basically like, they're just so happy to see fans here. And so, I mean, I know, like, I've seen several people dressed up as Michael. One's in the room right now. We even saw a little kid dressed up as Michael last night with the white socks and the little fedora and everything. So, yeah, there's definitely sort of like a Michael vibe going on, I think, in general in Vegas right now. And there's, like, huge billboards and everything.
I think one of the best moments I had was at the end of the show. One of the people that were sitting next to us, he was in a wheelchair, and at the end of the show, like, he stood up and applauded, and it took a great effort from him because, you know, and I felt that, and I was just, like, so amazed by it, and always reminded me that even though Michael's gone physically, he's still inspiring people, you know, beyond passing over, so I thought that was a really great moment, and he's continued to inspire people forever and ever.
Yeah, I definitely noticed at the end of the show that all the performers looked up at the sky and pointed, and then held up one for MJ1. So that was also really, really touching too. Mm-hmm. So you can probably hear as people are talking that there are lots of different accents here, different countries represented. Let's see, we've got the different parts of the United States. We had a Canadian was in our midst. She just left a little while ago. We have UK.
Way, only me. You only me. Woo.
We have Australia.
Yes.
A couple people. Do we have any other countries or anyone that's not U.S.?
Texas.
New Zealand. Texas does count as its own. Yes, I agree with that. Oregon.
California.
Idaho. California. We have Louisiana. Ohio. New York. We have a lot of people here. So, yeah, this has been a great trip for everyone. I think that we have all really enjoyed seeing each other. We're talking a little bit more quietly now because the hotel just came up.
Now you are.
And told us that we need to keep our voices down. And some people in the room are having a difficult time not projecting.
Glittery sauce, because she was just screaming and she didn't realize it.
So, yeah, lots of people have been winning money on the slot machine. What other things have you guys done while you've been in Vegas that you would suggest to other Michael fans to try out if they come on the trip?
Yes, because you can molest the wax figures.
It's smooth criminal, Michael, okay?
I significantly molested.
That was Julie, by the way, in case you're wondering. Who just said human nature?
Yes.
Why don't you guys talk about what that was?
Awesome. It's four guys from Australia, Sydney. But they sing all Motown songs. They are incredible. They are absolutely they're awesome.
The choreography is impeccable, and their a cappella work, they did several songs totally unaccompanied. The backup band was fabulous. They sang ABC.
I popped
JVS Smiles button.
It's not part of this. That's appropriate.
Okay.
that was very good.
So where is human nature if the fans want to come here and see that?
Venetian.
At the Venetian.
At the Venetian. Okay, and then somebody else mentioned...
Kim saw a performance.
Okay.
Thunder from Down Under.
Okay.
There's a sequence to They Don't Really Care About Us.
She's a strict. There's no song, so it's fine.
And
Triple Monty?
no, they did the drill.
They did the actual drill
table
dance.
kind of screamed really super loud. Everyone kind of looked at us, but we really didn't care.
Because it was like the least exciting thing because there were 40 times. And we were like,
They straight up did the drill.
Well, that's impressive. So you have Siegfried and Roy on one end, and you have Thunder from Down Under on the other end.
Well, just to add something in the middle is that Glittery Socks and Nessie and I went to see Boyz II Men, and honestly, I was blown away because I love the live music, the performance. They even did Heartbreak Hotel, which was amazing. Yes. They did Motown, Temptation, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder. So if you have a chance, definitely go and see them because it's amazing.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Good use of money.
Yeah.
And I know that, so Julie said Madame Tussauds earlier. I think a lot of people, everybody's been sort of, kind of doing things that they're interested in and splitting up. And we've all been coming back together for meals and to hang out and stuff like that. But would you all say that if there was an MJ fan coming from another part of the world, that this is well worth the money to spend to come to Vegas and see all of these things?
Oh, absolutely.
If only one, just for one.
Just for that
Even
show.
if you can only come from MJ.
So it sounds like everyone has had a great time. Everybody's trying to still keep inside voices because we're scared that we're going to get in trouble again from the hotel. Is there any last thought that you want to have on this show before we wrap it up? Anything you want to give to the listeners to tell them about the experience here or a reason why they should come or anything extra?
I mean, I just want to add that with MJ1, it's totally, for me, it brought MJ's message to life. Not only his music, but what he was all about. So if you want to go and have a great time and spend it with people that love Michael, this is the best example of doing it.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap up this show. We want to thank everybody for participating, containing themselves as best as possible in the Mandalay Bay hotel room, getting in trouble from the people next door at 2 a.m. We want to thank you all for listening to our show. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus this summer, but we'll be back pretty soon with regular shows. If you want to check out our forum, what is the web address?
www.positivelymichael.com.
Okay, this is what happens when people are full of LOVE and cannot enunciate their words. You can check out our website at www.positivelymichael.com. You can give us listener feedback at positivelymichael@gmail.com. You can check us out on Twitter at PosMike. And you can also hit us up on our forum and any of the threads if you want to check out any topics, latest issues, any other things that you want to share with us. We'd love to hear from you. So until our next show, lay back on our tenderness and come to Vegas and see MJ1.